You might have heard of Africville, North Reston, or even East Reston, but have you ever heard of the African Nova Scotian community 24 kilometers away from Halifax, named Upper Hammonds Plains? I am proud to say that I am an 8th generation descendant of the original settlers of Upper Hammonds Plains. The War of 1812 refugees of Chesapeake Bay. Upper Hammonds Plains is more than just a little community on the dead-end street. It is a community with a rich history that has made outstanding contributions to Nova Scotian and Canadian history. Wiley & Son Sawmill is the oldest and longest-serving black business in Canada. It was built in 1888 by Mr. James Allison and Mr. Deal Wiley. Wiley & Son Sawmill is known for constructing hoops for the tops of barrels and also the barrels themselves. In the 1920s, these barrels were sold for 50 cents each and were shipped as far as the West Indies to be sold. This business was passed down to the descendants of Mr. Wiley and Mr. Allison. Mr. Aubrey, Deacon Wiley's grandson, took over the business in 1962, but there was a fire and the mill burnt down. Mr. Aubrey Wiley rebuilt the mill and passed it on to his sons over the years of Over the years of operation, they built fish boxes, surveyor stakes, and pallets for distribution. The Wiley & Son Sawmill continues to be an important part of Upper Hammonds Plains and Nova Scotian history, showing the dedication of generations today. The church is the heart of most African Nova Scotian communities, and Emmanuel is no different. Our community honors the heritage and faith of the founding members of Upper Hammonds Plains. In 1822, John Burton founded the Hammonds Plains Second Baptist Church. Reverend Richard Preston established the Hammonds Plains Baptist Church in 1845, along with 3 deacons and 2 church elders. By 1937, this church, under Reverend Morgan's leadership, had 67 members. 2 years later, the community's 2 Baptist churches joined forces to form Emmanuel Baptist Church. Upper Hammonds Plains has birthed 6 pastors: Reverend Martin Anderson, Reverend Avery, Reverend Clayton, Reverend Simons, Reverend David, and my dad, Leonard Anderson. Today, Emmanuel is known as the meeting place where African Nova Scotians from Upper Hammonds Plains and elsewhere join others of different cultural and racial backgrounds and worship every Sunday. To learn more about the history of a community, a cemetery is one of the best places to look. One of the burial grounds in Upper Hammonds Plains is located behind Emmanuel Baptist Church. In fact, the cemetery was here before Emmanuel Baptist Church was even built. In the cemetery, you will find a number of unmarked stones showing the resting place of some of the original settlers of our community, refugees of the War of 1812. One stone that is very special to me is marked 1827 and bears the name Thomas Anderson. Why is that so important, you might ask? It's important because Thomas Anderson is my great-great-grandfather. To me, he and others who rest here are a symbol of determination and strength of those first descendants. They persevered in a new country and different climate, facing the first Nova Scotia winters with no blankets, all for the price of freedom. To this day, the Upper Hammonds Plains Community Center is still referred as the schoolhouse by many members of the community. Why? Because this community center you see here today, in fact, was the schoolhouse for all the children and youth of Upper Hammonds Plains. It was built in 1859, but it tragically burnt down in a fire in the 1870s. In the early 1940s, Madeline Simons, a well-respected black educator from the community, brought the community together to ask the government for funding to purchase a new school. The new and improved school was completed in 1946 and is part of the existing structure. The school hall was turned into a new community center with a seniors room, a computer lab inside, and a playground, basketball court, and baseball field outside. The Upper Hammonds Plains Volunteer Fire Department was Canada's first and only all-black incorporated fire department. In 1963, after Mr. D. O'Reilly lost his sawmill in a fire, Reverend Renver Bryant, pastor of EBC in Upper Hammonds Plains, and members of the community had a goal to ensure that fire protection was brought closer to the community, because the Hammonds Plains Fire Department took forever to arrive when the community had a fire. Reverend Bryant worked with members of the community and municipal officials to organize a community volunteer fire department. The land for the fire department was donated by Upper Hammonds Plains community member Miss Elizabeth Mantley. In May 1966, after 4 years of planning, the fire department was founded. The fire department held its official ceremonies on July 12, 1970. Members of the community were extremely proud of their community's accomplishment. If I stand tall, it's only because I stand on the backs of those who came before me. I am very proud of my Upper Hammonds Plains heritage. My community's accomplishments inspire me to believe in my abilities, to work hard, and to never give up, even when times get tough. They have definitely passed the torch to young people like me, and this proud descendant of the War of 1812 refugees is going to run with it.